are during the football season translate over into the NBA. And then obviously that subsequently you already have NHL, then it rolls back into MLB. But I have a question for you here on this side. And as let's say the ESPN 8 Ocho type sports are starting to become more prevalent and starting to get bigger, will you kind of have a shift and have a focus on that? I mean, I saw the other week there was the e-scooter league that was out here. And
right.
I was like, where did the e-scooter league come from? But these alternative sports are kind of making a resurgence again when like X Games was really big and you had the Tony Hawk and the focus there. And you're like, I kind of see that passion coming back for those sports. So as it gets bigger, will you add it, or you're already seeing that focus now and you're like, we're going to just go right at it and add, everything?
Well, this is a big change in sports media. I feel the traditional sports calendar should be blown up. And certainly I've been guilty of it as a programmer, certainly on a fantasy sports radio channel. We would talk football and nothing but football, let's say August through January. And we weren't talking about the other sports because football was 80% of the market. Everybody played football and there wasn't room for anything else. But I believe now the technology's gotten better. Betting is becoming legalized. We have more access to more sports to learn about them. And let's face it, the smaller the sport, the more value you have as a bettor. The casinos can't cover all of these sports. So to be able to have an edge in WNBA or have an edge in Korean baseball, these things are real. And during the pandemic, we saw that. We saw that there were new business models and new opportunities to engage in sports all around the world. And I think that every day is now a different day. As a programmer, for me, I'm not waking up today in October and saying it's 100% fantasy football and NFL betting. I'm seeing NHL, I'm seeing NBA, I'm seeing PGA, I'm seeing LIV, and then obviously all these other sports, mixed martial arts. Every day is different, and that's something we should embrace, to be able to play to the audiences of these other sports. Now, as a major programmer, we would like to say, hey, it's a top 40 mentality. We're going to play the hits, right? Why do the music stations only play those 40 songs? Because those are the songs the most people in your audience want to hear. And we're in the business of having the largest audience as programmers. Okay, understand that. But I think there's room for innovation here. And maybe you can make an argument that if you get 100% of the WNBA audience, maybe that's better than having a small percentage of the NFL audience. Maybe it's an MMA day and you want to devote coverage to that and to be able to do it. So I love that idea. I think the idea that we're live, anytime we're live on Bettor Sports Network, there is a sport happening somewhere on this planet. And we can go live to a horse race in Australia and put a few dimes on it and watch it together. You don't have to be an expert. So I love that idea. Disc golf, we're now betting on and doing all these different sports. I mean, I'm a huge fan of that. And I think it allows our media space to be that much more creative, and it allows small business owners to maybe build their brand, maybe not on Major League Baseball or even minor league baseball, but these offshoot baseball leagues, and something that you do really well, that you have a passion for this one thing, like I do for radio and fantasy sports, that you can now build your business around this one small thing and do it well and do it right and be authentic and be successful at something that's not the NFL. It's not the 800-pound gorilla.